this computer, and we are recording. Everybody sign in, last name. That would be great. Admit. All right, super excited. We just did some prayer here, and we're excited to be back. I was able to nab my husband. He's generally not with us, but he wanted to say hello and remind me that he's still part of this program as well. He's a principal.
Just had to sign us in.
He's a principal of 2 schools. So I'm just going to mute everyone. Current and new will be muted. Thank you. Okay. All right. This is going to be very quick because many of you have been here before. For those of you who are new, thank you so much for being here. We're super excited that this will be your first year. It's such a strange year. So this is called the Back to School Open House. We might also get a couple people that are not enrolled or have registered with me. And so welcome to you for those of you who are new. So remember that we are a community of people intentionally partnering together to help mentor the next generation for successful and courageous living through Christ. And you'll notice that it does not have any academic information there as far as our mission statement. It's because for me, academics come second. First is the spiritual life of your child, of my child. And so I learned that the hard way because I was losing my child's heart. If you know my story, let's see how I'm gonna forward this here. Okay, move forward. Again, it's all about capturing our children's hearts, partnering and empowering you guys. I don't usurp your authority, create community, and then help you guys identify your children's passions. So let me see, I'm gonna let someone in here right now. And, okay, so what happens? Oh, wow. Well, what does happen when you seek God's kingdom? Our verse for this year is 1 Thessalonians 5:23 and 24. And it says, now may the God of peace himself sanctify you completely, and may your whole spirit and soul and body be kept blameless at the coming of our Lord Jesus Christ. He who calls you is faithful. He will surely do it. Hey, honey, do you want to talk about those verses?
Sure. This is something that Crissi and I have come to really embrace in looking at what God is doing. And in the times that we find ourselves in now, it's never been more important. See, God is a God of peace. And right now there is a lot of lack of peace in our world and a lack of hope. And with that, this passage is really powerful because it says, may the God of peace himself sanctify you completely. To sanctify means to become separate. It also means to become holy. It's a word. But it's not just about being spiritual. It's about the whole spirit and soul and body. And as we look at that, a lot of times we think about this in the reverse order. We think about what's good for our body. And that's really a lot of what's going on right now. Everyone's so concerned about saving their life. But it says in Scripture that we are to lose our life if we're going to save it. And so that can't be our priority. Our priority has got to be to let Christ in and to be made separate by that from all of the confusion that's out there, and there's tons of that. Along with that is our soul, and our soul is that part of ourself that is our emotion, it's our will, and we have to submit that to God. And as he separates us in that way, we can not be ruled by emotion or fear, really enter into this peace that he has. And then lastly is our body. Now, we should be healthy. We should be making smart decisions. But if we focus on that as the primary first, our soul and our spirit tend to just go to the wayside. So the one question I'd have for all of us right now is this. Are we reading God's word? Are we letting God's word permeate into us so we know what he's telling us, what truth is? Are we praying? Are we spending time really seeking the Lord and really crying out to him to be able to trust him and to, again, find that peace in him? And then lastly, are we spending time together with other Christians? Now, I know many of our churches are closed and some are open. But the bottom line is in Hebrews 10:24 and 25, it says, do not forsake meeting together as a habit of doing, but encourage one another, and all the more as you see the day approaching. We need to be focused on that more than ever. And so if we can't meet in our churches, then gather together with other believers and do church together. Don't just do it with Zoom. This is great, and we have to kind of do this right now, but this is a poor substitute to connecting together. And so you can't build relationship over the internet, no matter how much we try. We need to be connecting. So if you're focused on those three things, on reading God's word, on prayer, and on meeting together to worship him together, I think you're going to find that your perspective will change. And so let's focus on those things so he can truly separate us and sanctify us. So this verse, as we look at it, this passage this year, is to really trust God, and may the God of peace be the one who sanctifies us completely, because at the end he says, he who calls you is faithful and he will surely do it. We can depend on him for that, and it's going to be amazing to see what God does through this. I got to say this, I'm going through a lot of drama right now, and especially being in a school setting myself on a daily basis. There's a lot of drama, but I got to tell you, there's some concern, but I wake up each day with this kind of an excited sense of anticipation of what God's going to do this day. And it's really exciting to know that at the end of the day, well, God got me through another day. And we need to do that together, one day at a time, coming alongside each other, praying to the God of heaven, and seeking truth from his word. And so that's our theme this year in Heart.
Awesome. Thank you. So my job is to encourage all you guys, and that's actually my gifting is exhortation. I'm a coach. I'm a cheerleader for you to encourage you and to make sure that you do have peace in your heart, especially during these times. It's a very difficult time. So Heart Academy. Heart Academy is changing. It is a threefold program. It is no longer just co-op classes. So we do have your typical co-op classes. We do have 30 plus extracurricular activities. Everything that you've seen me do at Heart are still available. On top of that, we have a private school satellite program. And the reason I've had that before, but I closed it 2 years ago. And the reason why I'm opening it up again is because there's a lot of your friends, a lot of my friends, a lot of people of your friends and family that have decided to homeschool, and they have no idea how to do it. And so I opened up my private school to do some accountability for home education, as well as doing some coaching. On top of that, when you've been homeschooling for 20, and a lot of you guys have been doing it for 30 and 40 years. So my 20 doesn't hold anything to that, but you kind of know what needs to happen first, second, third, etc. On top of that, we also have a support group. So remember all the support groups that you guys have. I don't know what you guys are doing, but my old support group, Grace Support Group here in San Jose, we had Mom's Night Out, monthly meetings, field trip days, park days, special events. And that's what I'm bringing back one more time. And again, it's for the newbies. But I think during this time, if you are staying all alone by yourself, there could be a chance that some of you are going through some depression. That is the new thing, the mental health problem that we're having.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't like to say problems. I like to say challenges, because challenges God can overcome. God can overcome those challenges. And so basically we're an all-in-one. If you just came in, if you could just say your last name there so I know you signed in, that would be great. We are an all-in-one program. We are a PSP, and we are a co-op program, really a co-op on steroids. So I've done all those things before, and I'm just happy to do it. Just in we are running at 50% of our typical amount of students. It's because there's more competition out there as far as classes. So thank you for being loyal. I know that you guys know the excellent program that we have, and the loving care that we have for your children. So I believe that's why you come back. It's not just for the academics. It's because we treat your children fairly and we love them very much. Okay. All right. So as far as safety, if we were to meet together, I'm just going to go through all the different things that we would go through as if we were meeting at Foxwood. I'm not going to read them off. I'm just going to say we care about your children, and there are some safety rules that we have. And so for those of you who are new, let's say we were to come back in January, these are the things that are going to happen. So, all right, supervisors, etc. I'm going to move this here. My daughter brought my husband's food in. All right, so, whoops, did I just go forward too much? I'm just trying to get, okay, there, that's a better place. All right, there we go. We are guests of Foxworthy, and so everything has to be treated really well, and we do remind the children to do that. That's part of the job of the supervisors. Make sure that you are not on your cell phone as much as possible, because I do need your eyes to make sure that the kids are safe, especially the young ones. As far as teens, let me just tell you about teens in the 15 years that I've been working with them. I was scared of them at first. I'm just being real here. But they're beautiful, wonderful, growth, learning people. And so I do honor them. If there is a discipline issue, I do talk to them one-on-one. So I say, hey, here's what's happening. I'm going to give you, a chance to govern yourself in this area. If it happens again, then we ask you, actually, I go directly to your parents. I don't even talk to you as a student. Third, if there's really a problem, then we go to this guy right here, who's the principal of Heart Academy. With you, me, the parents, and the child, and to see if we can work some things out. We're not about putting a hammer down on you. We're about bringing you back, bringing you to a realization that you can change and that this can be a challenge, but you can overcome it. Okay? Generally, at the end of the year, we have issues of older kids going off campus without permission. Teens, if you go off campus, guess who follows you? Everybody. I'm talking about the younger kids, and it's happened before. And they've gotten in trouble because you've led them that way. So please, no going off campus. Okay. Okay, prayer, big on prayer. Sue Tanya Olson, please pray for her. She's her father's going through a difficult time right now, possible end of life. And so please pray for her as she deals with that right now. But she is the person that's going to be in charge of the prayer area. Any emergencies, if we go back on campus, you go directly to the back of the parking lot or the very front. So there's two places there because it's a big campus. And teachers, you should bring your roll call sheet and make sure that everybody's there. Let's say if we find someone in the bathroom, or if someone went to the bathroom, we can say to that emergency worker, please check the bathroom. Part is it's not just about being a member. There's a lot of things that I let people come through as far as you bringing your friends. So dances, planning events, curriculum sale. We even have the TLC, which is the support program. The TLC is for everybody. That's the support group. But let's say your friend is not part of Heart Academy. It's just $25 a year. They just have to be a Christian mom who want to homeschool their children. So that's available to them as well. Your mentors are here tonight. Super excited that they're here. I will post the actual link. You can find the mentors, or I will put it up on chat as well. Obviously, we don't have Mrs. Porter, Mr. Shimada, or Mrs. Shimada here tonight. Mrs. Porter's class is closed, so she didn't need to be there. I'm all about servant leaders. All those items there, I've had leaders, all those pictures there. They've done devotions for our youth theater project team. So I believe in your teens, ages 12, 13 and up, they can do amazing things. Amazing things. Class info. So there's a couple of stuff that's closed: advanced comp, biology, lit and comp, chemistry, and I think that's it. There is a link there for you to check out the whole schedule. If you need that, I will post that on chat as well. There are a ton of canceled classes. Again, we were running at 50%, and therefore we didn't have enough people, and so so they had to close classes if they had only one or two. Some of them, stayed and said, we will open it up to one or two people. So, but that's up to each teacher. So changes to the legend, pretty much nothing, pretty much took care of that. So obviously, if you've never done online classes, you want to make sure all your binders, this is if you were actually coming to classes. But the one thing that I highly recommend to you is that you print out your course description and put it in a binder and read it together so both of you know the expectations. Okay? All right, this is all administrative stuff. Parents, pay attention because this is the stuff that sometimes we forget. Who do we make the checks out to, or who do we send it out to? Well, you sent one for August. That's the very first month. It is September 1st, and so today, the second check is due for the month of September. So you've got August done, you should have paid that. September is here. Today it is due. Most of the time it's due, and then there's a $10 late fee and a $30 bounce fee. But I think we're just gonna let that go today. People are just kind of still coming in, and please have it to them by the 5th at least, that I'm talking about, to the teachers. You're gonna have to speak directly to them. Let's see, the next check is due then in October before the 1st. So I would just make sure that you either send that electronically or by regular mail. I want to remind you, make sure that your HSLDA membership is current and we don't have any set 1 or set 2. For those of you who are new, see, I told you this was going to be quick. For those of you who are new, we are going to have a meeting tonight around 7:30 to do a family interview and orientation. So, and then the paperwork commences. We just you want to check us out, and we want to check you out to make sure that we all fit together and that we have our expectations met. So tonight, you're going to get to meet your teacher. Your teacher will also give you this week's homework. Okay. So, but it's different this year. Obviously, we're going to have the links available for you. I gave you that link on your my brain's not working. On your email, Terrence. So go back to that email and find that so you know where to go as far as the links. Now, if you can't find it, I will again post it on the chat room. Let's see. Meet the teacher. Again, this is the general meeting. Each is about 10 minutes with a 5-minute transition time. If you don't have a meeting and you have a question for me, I'm going to be here for about 3 hours. Basically, I'm just going to leave this on. And if I see someone there that wants to ask a question, then go ahead and just come back to me. Okay. Now so some of you are saying, Crissi, what are we going to do? How are we going to have fellowship and some community here? So I still have a bunch of things that we can do, some online, some outside, because we can do that outside. Now, unfortunately, on Thursday, Governor Newsom said we are back to shelter in place like we were in March. Did everyone hear about that? Did you hear about that? Which means that we are like really limited on the things that we can do. Now, as far as the teachers, I'm going to let you speak directly to the teachers. They have their own, they're their own employee. I'm not their employee. And so you need to speak directly to them as to what they're going to do directly with their classes. 99% are online. Okay. Now, I don't know what the other ones are going to do, but you're going to have to speak directly to them. I needed to tell you about that. Now, you guys need to go directly on the County of Santa Clara and look up, the distancing protocols, etc. But I would like to do a couple things that I think is appropriate. And one of them is to meet together for lunch or for dinner at a restaurant outside with you take your mask off because you have to eat. Restaurants are still open. And if you happen to meet someone there, like Mr. and Mrs. Allen or another friend there, oh, well, guess what? You get to, sit together. Mm-hmm. What I mean is, do not be alone by yourself during this time. Mm-hmm. It is enough is enough. And personally, I'm tired of the mask and the social distancing issues. I've made peace with my own bacteria and viruses, but that's me and my relationship with the Lord. You guys need to decide what you're going to do in that time. Mr. Allen has already decided as well for his school as well.
One thing I would say, though, is, again, as Crissi just said, it's very important. Don't be isolated. Mm. Isolation is not what God created us to do. And so I really want to encourage you to meet with some other people, some people that are doing classes with you. Make a connection point. Maybe once a month you get together and just share all the great things you're doing in class. You don't have to stay on your own. You can do this with others around you, and God really does mandate that we do that. If we want to talk about mandates, we do answer to a higher authority when it comes to what God calls us to do. And so back to what we had talked about, don't do this alone. In fact, I just want to tell you, if I could pray for you, or if Crissi and I could pray for you, please let us know how we could do that. If anything's happening, we want to be here to support you and to come alongside with you. So please let us know in any way that we can help with that. Also, if you're interested in doing something a little bit different, if you go to Calvary Chapel San Jose, we are having a parenting conference coming up in November, and love to have you guys come to that. It'd be a fun thing to do, just to kind of really retool and look at what the Lord's calling us to do during this time. The one thing I would definitely leave you with is this. What do we want our kids to remember about how we approach this 10, 20 years from now? So it's so important, again, like I had said right at the beginning, come together as a family. We want them to remember how much we've come together and we've trusted him together and we've sought his truth together. And you can't go wrong with that. And it's great that you're part of Heart, because we're doing this together as a group of families as well. And so we're very excited to have you with us.
Yes, so moving forward, everyone, I have some fun things that we can do. I don't know if your kids have been a little bit bored, but I'm going to move forward and plan some things in faith, as in 1 Thessalonians 5:23 and 24. God has called us and he will do it. Okay? If we need to cancel, great. But in faith, I'm going to move forward with many, many things that we've done in the past. Okay? And if we need to cancel again, we will cancel. Okay? Now, again, there's an orientation tonight. There is a PSP meeting orientation, 2 p.m. If you do not have a PSP and you need someone to keep you accountable to transcripts, then I'm available for you. Okay? That includes the TLC support group as well, and I'll talk a little bit more about that. Pulse teams, guess what? We still have pulse teams. We can still meet remotely, okay? So first day is September 4th. 90% of the teachers are doing classes on Friday. A couple of them are doing it, maybe on a Tuesday or at another time. Just in case we come back, then we're all on the same schedule over again. So he's going to go eat dinner. Everybody say goodbye to Mr. Allen. Are you done? You want to hang out here?
Are we done with the general?
Yeah, we're done with the general.
Okay. Talk to you later. It's great to have you here. God bless you all.
Thank you. Okay, so we are still doing Heart Comes Together, and that's really an encouraging time of worship and filling up of the soul. If you feel empty today, the past 6 months, which we haven't seen each other, then you need to be there. We need to fill you up. So that's Friday, 11:25 to 11:55. Yes, there is still going to be a yearbook team. So I am going to take a look at who's at Heart Academy at the moment. And if I see someone whom Mrs. Boyko believes in, then we will send you an email and say, hey, you've been nominated for the yearbook team. It is actually an honor to be nominated for that team. So meetings are on the first Friday of every month. You will be receiving something by Thursday, and we will have you make a decision by Friday. So as far as photo, this is just generally not for our yearbook photo, but I'm going to recommend Mr. John Paulson. If you have seniors, he's an excellent photographer. He's called a master photographer. So this is a picture of oh my goodness, that's like 10 years ago. Okay, that's when Mr. Allen had a heart attack. So, and then I didn't have my glasses on, and then of course my children there. Catherine was in junior high. So, excellent photographer. Highly recommend him. Now I'm going to go a little bit more into this TLC support group, Tender Loving Care. Again, some of you are needing that at the moment, not just newbies, but veteran moms as well, because maybe you're heading into a depression because you haven't seen anyone or you haven't fellowshipped. Let's fill you up, moms. You need it. As far as the items, monthly meetings, where you get a skill set, tool set, and mindset. Come back. Remember all about homeschooling. You're part of a Facebook group. You also get a mentor mom where you can cry, call and say, hey, I'm having a hard time. And if you want to cry, you can cry on that person's shoulder. And of course, we have prayer. On top of that, if this is appropriate for social distancing, we will have field trips, park days, mom's night outs, and special events. The orientation is 2:30 tomorrow. Okay, 2:30 tomorrow, September 2nd, with a Zoom meeting. The first part is going to be about the PSP. The second part is going to be about the support group. Okay, remember I said that we're going to keep going with the things that we need to move forward to create community in your life, students. Well, we're going to have you do twin day. So either take a picture of you and your friend, or come dressed during Hearts Comes Together and show us what you have together. I think that's just some fun stuff to make it fun. There's going to be, yes, we are still going to do a graduation for both 8th grade and seniors. We did it this year, and I believe we're going to do it next year as well. So September 25th, after Heart Comes Together at lunch, I'm going to stay on Zoom, and all can come and join us during that time for people who are interested. That's for 8th graders and seniors, of course. All right, remember I told you, again, we're going to have some fun. September 27th is Outburst, and this is the time when you all come together, and through Zoom, if we can't do it face-to-face, we're going to do it Zoom, and we're going to perform in front of each other. We're all going to watch, and we're all going to clap for you. We're all going to say, good job. We're all going to just do what we usually do during Outbursts, and that's either vocal or dance showcase. Now, if you want to do something else, I'm up to that, like I don't know, whatever else you want to do, card trick or whatever. But that's going to be from 6:30 to 8. 6:30 to 8, yes. It's going to be Friday night on the 27th on Zoom. All right. I'm going to plan forward and plan for the winter ball. This is the prom for the high schoolers. We have a meeting on November 20th where we talk about theme, decorations. I know you're all saying, we'll probably still be on shelter in place, but I am just trusting the Lord to just do what he needs to do. And again, if we need to, not do it, then great. Hey, maybe we have to do it on, I know what, maybe we could meet at a restaurant where we could see each other and get dressed and do a banquet for about 6 people, and then another 6 people. I don't know. I mean, we have to be creative, right? There are still things that we can do to create community. Don't ever tell me that we can't do it. Don't do that, because I will find a way. Okay, so I just want to encourage you guys that don't sit there like a bump on the log at home. There are things that you can do. College planning workshop, Mrs. Boyko is ready and set. She planned it a month ago and said, hey, let's just set this up. October 10th, College is still being planned. So if you're a senior, be encouraged. Youth Theater Project. It's not available, but again, I'm planning for the Music Man for spring. Probably April, spring 2021. Remember, we had one more week before we shut down Music Man, where we're going to do it all over again. Okay? Disney's Dress Up Day, November 6th. That's me and Mr. Allen, and my daughter was Mulan, and Jessica was, she was a gypsy, I believe. Okay, so that's November 6th. Again, dress up for Heart Comes Together. Okay? Next, prayer team. We need you. Mrs. Sutanya's available for that, but you know what? If you are a student and you feel called to pray, then pray. Hospitality team. If we ever come back together, I need your help. I always need help. If you're hanging around, I usually call you. Yes, you can still bless other people by being a part of the Samaritan shoeboxes. Okay? Let's say we're back together again. Tech team will come back and learn all about all that kind of stuff. But we do have that. Yes, I still want to do a worship band. For example, the songs, they can do one because they're all one family. Pulse, I'm still moving forward for that. If we ever come back, it'll be November 6th or the 13th. And yes, I will be doing an appreciation luncheon for the teachers. I'm going to take them out to lunch or dinner, right? Because we can do that, up to 6 people, maybe 8. So teachers, that one's for you. Okay, next. Last day of the year is November 20th. Family Christmas Ball, if we ever come back, that's already set, ready to go. We also have a New Year's Eve party. And let's say we're still in shelter in place, but guess what? You could still go out to dinner 6 at a time. Return to Heart, January 8th. And then, of course, have a great year. And, oh, I'm early, 20 minutes early. So I'm going to stop that share and go back to see everyone. And, all right, so that was a very quick idea. I wanted to encourage you guys. Don't sit there like a bump on the log, parents. Get your kids involved somewhere, because if they're not depressed now, they might be in the future. It's not looking good, even for us homeschooling parents and children. And that's just a warning because I see it all too often already in the homeschooling world, okay? So be good to yourself and be good to your children. Do I have any, are there any questions before we move forward? And I'll let you go. And then if you have questions, you can also ask me questions. So if you don't have questions, you've done this is your 10th year here at Heart Academy, you know everything, you've seen everything, then bye-bye. We will, your teachers will see you. Please chat me if you need the link to that particular, what do you call it? For that particular place. Let's see. I'm going to chat right now and send it. Okay, bye everyone. We'll see you later. Stick around. Have a question for me. I love you guys. I've missed you. And Mr. Allen have been praying for you big time. Okay. And I am going to chat that. Where's that chat? Okay, here it is. The schedule already went out. All the links are there. This link is that I'm chatting. Oh no, I missed it. This link that I'm keeping here is for the Zoom links for all your teachers, okay? So, oops, I sent that privately to Patty. But Patty, I needed to send it to everyone. Okay, there it is. So, Patty, if you read your email, there's a link to the schedule there. And you can go to that, but I can send it to you right if you need it. Bye. Love you guys. Please be good to yourself and to your children. Let's see. Does anybody need anything else? Any other links that you need right now? Yes. Eileen, unmute yourself.
Oh, there, now I can.
There you are.
So I have the meeting with you tomorrow at 2. Do I need to be on for anything else the rest of today? I only just saw the email recently.
Oh, no. Those are just some to introduce you to the many aspects of Heart Academy. If you want to take any classes at Heart, then I would check out the classes and I can send you the link to that information. If not, then you're
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
okay.
Talk
You're
to you.
welcome. Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
You're welcome, everybody. We will see you later. Say hi to your teacher. They'll be on in, what is it? They'll be on at 6:30, right? Yeah, 6:30, 15 minutes. Okay, questions for me. If you have any questions. Patty, your question. You can't unmute yourself? Okay. Okay, unmute all. I'm going to unmute all of you guys. Okay, Patty, question. Can you? Oh, I unmuted everybody.
Okay. Okay. Sorry. Before it said I couldn't unmute myself. So that spreadsheet that you sent the link for, I'm clicking on it and it's not taking me there.
Do you have a Google account?
Yeah. Maybe it did it in another page.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, as long as you, it'll
Maybe because I
say
was in full screen. Okay. Let me try it one more time.
it'll say you're not accepted because you have a different email or something. Just say have Crissi send an email to me and I will say okay to you.
Oh, I guess I have it on. I had already put it on my Zoom calendar, so I'm good.
Okay, you're good. Okay. Any other questions, guys?
So chemistry's been canceled?
What's that?
Chemistry's been canceled?
No, it's closed. She has 9 or 10 people.
Oh, closed as in it's full.
It's full. Yeah, totally
Okay.
100% full.
Okay, that's scary. I thought it was like not going to happen.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Did I say cancel?
Probably not, but it said closed, and I thought that meant the class is not happening.
No.
It's like, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, no. It's still happening. It's just
Okay.
full.
Okay, we're good then.
You guys need
All right.
anything else from me?
Nope, I guess
No, we're good.
sign out of here then.
It's good to see all your faces.
Oops. All this stuff is in front of me, and I can't find the get leave button.
Okay, I'm going to mute you. All right, anybody else? Haley, you're still on. Mr. Ballard, do you have any questions? No, he's good. Okay. All right. Marilyn Schuler, do you have any questions? I see that you're still on. Okay, looks like Mr. Ballard and Mr. Schuler. Mrs. Schuler's good. Mrs. Efting, okay. Do you have any questions, Mrs. Efting? You had a full day already. Oh, it looks like she's already talking. Ah.
All right.
Well, everybody's going to join our conversation, Mrs. Schuler. All right, how's it going?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh, good, good, good. Yeah, we're full on going with CC now, so we're busy with school.
Oh,
Yeah.
did you guys start last week?
We started 2 weeks ago. We're going on our 3rd week this Thursday.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, everything's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were you guys able to find some homes?
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we're shuffling around a lot, but yeah, for the most part, we're covered with all the different families that we have. We're in homes.
Well, considering the shelter, the new shelter in place thing is,
Uh-huh.
I was like shocked. I'm like, what? We're going backwards, not forward.
Yeah, I didn't really read it fully. But is he pulling back on the churches outside too for 60 and everything? He's saying
Oh
need to
no,
go back
no.
to that. Oh, okay.
I think you can meet outside.
Oh, so it's still outside, 60 or less, and
Yeah.
that's on.
Yeah, he's pulling back on, let's see, I think even the salons can still open, but they have to be outside.
I see.
If it's outside and
Mm.
I still don't, yeah. I really wanted to do like a park day, right?
Mhm,
Where people come, but I don't think you can do that now with what's happening there. So I have to tell you, one of our youth ministers, oh, you know him. He's a young kid. He's a young guy.
The one that does the announcements every Sunday.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
He's going to be. They're grooming him to be a pastor,
Oh wow.
and so he's got a lot of responsibility. He went hiking up on Mission Peak.
Uh-huh.
The sheriff told him he needed to leave with his kids. He had about
Really? How many kids?
10 kids.
10? Wow. Wow.
So yeah. It's so I was shocked. Of course they were police officers, they were sheriffs. So
Mm-hmm.
um
It's a little bit different. I think I don't know, they're a little bit different mentality, I think. I think police for the most part are leaving people alone. They have too much else to worry about.
yeah, there's like a lot of, I mean, I'm part of the Protect San Jose Facebook page because my daughter was going to be a police officer. And so I started, joining that page thinking, okay, I could pray for those people, for the things that are happening. So busy. And there's a referendum petition going around where, of not defunding the police as well. So I'm going to be signing that fully. So are you just working?
Right now?
Yeah.
Just that right now my work is mostly involving just preparing for CC each week. I'm doing challenge 2 with Miguel's class. So just preparing for class.
Did you send me your what you call it? I'm hot. Your registration forms.
Yes, I sent those to you by email. PDF.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Because I'm just hot right now. And that way I'm hot, plus I have okay.
Yeah, at the same time. She's gone.
Marilyn, you're still on.
You must have left the computer on.
Yes, you
Forgot to turn it off. Yeah.
I'm gonna text her and say,
Yeah.
Marilyn, probably.
Thank you, baby.
All right, Marilyn Schuler. You guys have a full load of classes?
For CC?
Yeah.
Well, they have a pretty much a full load of Michaela's light this year because he's a senior, so she's taking 3 college classes.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
All online?
Online, yeah, everything's online.
Okay.
But yeah, CC has senior year light on purpose, where the kids can go to, they can work if they want to, and they can take some college classes too. They have a lot fewer paper. All they have to do at the end of the year is one big, like a senior thesis. And that's the big project for the year. But otherwise, they're just doing a lot of reading, some classics, and they do theology, going through the Psalms, and then they're reading some C.S. Lewis books and Ravi Zacharias, so a lot of worldview.
Right. You left your computer on. Computer. Oh, we're being recorded. Let me just.
Oh.
Okay, stop.